The Weather Bureau in Perth is warning of another violent storm over the southwest half of Western Australia. It's due within 38 hours, adding to the misery for people still cleaning up after yesterday's big blow. Authorities say damage to the electricity network is the worst in the state's history. Let's go now to reporter Jane Norman in Perth. Jane, power was cut to 160,000 homes. When's it likely to be restored?
Well, that's right. At the height of the storm yesterday, we had power cut to thousands of homes all the way from Geraldton in the north of Perth right down to Ravensthorpe on the south coast. Now, Western Power crews have been working frantically overnight to try and restore power, but there is still about 100,000 homes that remain without electricity. Now, the damage to the network has been so severe and so widespread that the utility is warning that thousands of homes could remain without power for days.
So what more can you tell us about this storm? Just how destructive was it?
Well, the Weather Bureau has described this as a once-in-a-decade storm. We had cyclonic winds yesterday of up to 140 kilometres an hour, rather. Roofs were torn from houses and apartment complexes. Huge trees were uprooted and power poles just flattened. Now, I think the worst of the damage was the more coastal areas south of Perth. In Rockingham, some boats were just ripped from their moorings and smashed up against the shore, which just gives some indication of how strong the winds were.
And of course, there is more wild weather on the way. What can residents do to minimise the damage?
Well, that's right. A second storm is due to hit Perth in the next 48 hours, so residents are being told to secure their houses, tie down any loose items, and for those who have had damage already, they're being urged to clear that debris so that, the effect of this storm isn't sort of exacerbated. Now, Western Power crews, as I said, are working sort of against the clock to try and clear the power lines and power poles that have been torn down, and SES crews are out at the moment trying to clear many of the trees that have fallen across roads.
Jane Norman in Perth, thank you.